Hey guys, here's E. In today's video, I'm going to make a Taiwanese beef noodle soup, but with a flair of Sichuan taste. It's using 豆瓣酱, so spicy bean paste as the soup base for this noodle soup, and with really slow cooked beef, tenderloin beef. It's so flavorful. It's probably one of my favorite Taiwanese food. Hope you enjoyed today's video. To make our handmade po noodle, we will need 150 grams of flour, 1 pinch of salt, 3 to 4 grams of vegetable oil, and 100 grams of water. So firstly, adding our water slowly into the flour, then our salt. Mix everything together. Add our water slowly a few times. Then we can knead our dough until it's smooth. Here is how it looks like. Then we can add in our vegetable oil and continue kneading our dough. Once it's smooth, we can set it aside. Close it with a lid or transparent foil and let it sit for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we can take our dough out and knead it again. Now it's a lot smoother and softer. Here you can see that's our dough. Then we're going to set it aside again for another 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, we can take our dough out. Now you can have a feel of the dough. It's super smooth and soft and elastic. Then we can knead it on our working surface, then separate it to 2 parts. We're going to work on one part of the dough first. Roll it with our hands and squeeze it while rolling it until we're getting a long stick. Doesn't have to be too thin. And we're going to work on the second dough. Once they are both done, we're going to brush a bit of vegetable oil on both of our doughs, as well as our plate. Just a thin layer of vegetable oil. Then we can lay our dough onto the plate, making it like a snake. And then brush a bit of oil again on the top. Now we're getting this thin, soft, elastic dough. Then we're going to close it with the lid again and let it set for at least 4 hours. To cook our spicy beef, we will need 1 whole spring onion, a thumb size of ginger, and 4 to 5 bay leaves. 1 tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine or rice wine. So firstly, we're going to cut our spring onion. Crush it with the backside of a knife and cut it half. Then our ginger, we're going to crush it as well. Soak our beef in cold water for about 20 to 30 minutes. Here I'm using a cut called tenderloin. Cut them to bite sizes and put it in a pot with cold water, adding our Chinese cooking wine and our other spices. And set our stove on high heat and we're going to boil it. And then use a spoon to remove the skunk. Then close it with the lid again and turn it down to medium-low heat and cook it for about 20 minutes. While our beef is cooking, we can prepare our spices. We will need 2 star anise, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 2 dry chili, a cup of cinnamon sticks, 2 to 3 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of Sichuan chili peppercorns, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. So firstly, we have this kind of spice bag. I used it before. Put all our spices into the bag and flip the top over to seal it. We're also going to need 3 tablespoons of 豆瓣酱. Somebody asked me, what is it? It is a chili bean paste. Then adding a bit of vegetable oil in our wok. Once oil is hot, adding our minced spring onion, garlic, and ginger. Stir fry it to release the aroma. Then adding our 豆瓣酱 chili bean paste. So let it cook. So it will release the beautiful red oil and a really strong aroma. Then we can add in our cooked beef. Just saute it to coat it with this red color. Then adding about 1 liter of water. Then our spices. When start cooking, adding 1 teaspoon of rock sugar. We'll also need 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce. Then we're going to bring it to boil, close the lid, and set it to low heat. And cook it for about 1 to 2 hours. Now let's stir fry our pickle as the side dish for our beef noodle soup. Here I'm using pickled mustard green. Adding a bit of vegetable oil into our frying pan and turn the stove to medium-low heat. Adding 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, ginger, and spring onions, as well as 2 red chili. Now we can add in our pickle. It's salted already, so we don't need to add any salt. Simply adding a pinch of sugar and cook them through. Then we can set them aside for later. Now let's make our pulled noodle. Tear enough amount of noodle dough and roll it with our hands. Once we get a thin string of the dough, we can tangle them between our hands like a wool yard. Then we can stretch them gently until we get the length we want it. We can hit it on the working surface and cook it like you would usually cook a noodle. Let's assemble our spicy beef noodle soup. About 1.5 cup of the sauce and same amount of boiling water. Adding our cooked noodle. Then a couple pieces of our spicy beef. As well as our pickle. Now I'm using a bit of salad as a side dish as well. You can also use cooked bok choy or any kinds of vegetables. Sprinkle a bit of spring onion and voila, you have it. A spicy beef noodle soup. So here is my finished spicy beef noodle soup. And here is my tender beef and my handmade poor noodle. You can see they look amazing. I'm sure they'll taste good as well. And the pickle. You can't have a spicy beef noodle soup without the three. And a little bit salad and a bit of vegetables. You can also cook this with tomato, then it will be a tomato noodle soup. And you can also add in carrots, so any kind of vegetables you like. Okay, guten Appetit. I couldn't wait any longer. Wow. The noodle is chewy and soft at the same time. You only get this kind of texture from handmade noodles. Let's try the beef. Completely cooked through. And the noodle soup is salty and spicy. That's all you want from a spicy beef noodle soup. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Please give me a thumbs up and leave your comments below. If you want to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your friends. See ya! Did you subscribe yet? If not, click here, click here, click here. Every day watch new videos at 6 p.m. Here are my 2 recommended videos. Thanks for watching. See ya! 谢谢大家。